to for a minute?
Not now, we're playing.
Just a minute.
Okay.
Pretty little black boy, your life is filled with sorrow and unpredictable tomorrows. Pretty little black boy, I know it's hard for you to smile, 'cause I've stood and watched a while. Keep your head up high and you'll realize you're a chosen child. No one can take away your smile. Would you like to walk with me from that dead-end street? Would you like to take my...
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, who came to us in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, the one God to whom all praise is due, and we forever thank Allah for raising up our messenger, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, and we are forever thankful for his mercy given to us in the personage of the most honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Welcome to the Journal of Truth, brothers and sisters. I'm your brother, Sami Muhammad. I'm here with one of the great ministers of Messenger Elijah Muhammad, Minister Daniel Muhammad, and we have a special guest this evening, one of our great FOI soldiers, Brother Quincy, and we're going to be talking about education this evening because this is something that we have needed for so long, and all of our great educators are in the Nation of Islam and out of the Nation of Islam. Wherever you find black people by nature, well, as the messenger taught us, the black woman is a born teacher. So we want you to stay tuned to the Journal of Truth and remember that what we are bringing to you is from the life-giving teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and that unity is the key. Since Allah, God, did not come to us quarreling, why should we quarrel with one another? We must recognize and respect his love for us and not let him hear us quarreling and disrespecting his presence. Proudness is a sickness. This is why we are divided. We will be one or nothing. The more you learn, the less you seek advantage. Don't be careful that you agree on right, but be careful that you don't agree on wrong. Don't withhold your good just because another withholds his good. You do your part. Greeting a Muslim is binding upon you. If you do not, your mind is not right. The right medicine for the disease in our heart is the spirit of Allah. Fear is the worst enemy of man. When you find a man that doesn't fear, that is the winner. These are the words of Messenger Elijah Muhammad, brothers and sisters, and he calls this great teaching to you and to us a thought on unity. So we are asking, as always, that we all must learn to set aside our differences and unite together that we may acquire the freedom, justice, and equality that has been promised to us. Unity is the key. So at this time, I want to bring to the microphone our great brother, Brother Quincy, and he's going to give a mission statement about this great teachers organization that he's with called the Guest Teacher Placement. Salam alaikum, Brother Quincy.
Walaikum salam, sir. Assalamu alaikum, brother minister.
Walaikum salam, sir.
In the name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is his messenger and apostle. I'm thankful to be on the Journal of Truth with some of the great ministers of the messenger. And thank you for bringing us on in such a wonderful manner, brother minister. I'm with a company called Guest Teacher Placement. And what Guest Teacher Placement is a national substitute teaching company. It's a national substitute teaching company, and what we do is we provide quality teachers for charter schools and public schools. And so some schools, if you heard about what's going on in Detroit right now, they have a teacher shortage.
Yes.
So we'll go in and say, hey, for a small fee, we'll send you our teachers who are qualified, who are paid very well and who know the ropes and who are used to dealing with a lot of sub companies don't want to deal with our urban youth. They're not equipped to deal with our urban youth.
Okay.
But our company specializes in juvenile detention facilities, early child education, urban schooling, and our CEO, his name is Aurelio Caldwell. He's a great supporter of the Nation of Islam. He's a wonderful brother. He's personally helped me in so many ways. And when you look at a man's company or a company, the company, you cannot look at the company absent that man's character.
Okay.
And so,
That's a true statement. The Honorable Louis Farrakhan has taught us that regardless of how intelligent we may be, when we lose our character, our ship of knowledge will sink, because character is the sea on which knowledge floats.
absolutely.
So, based on what you're saying, this brother, our brother, really has a great character,
Absolutely.
and he's involved in placement of teachers, specifically in the urban community, which means the black community,
The
right?
black community, absolutely. And all our other minority, Hispanic, the original community.
Okay.
We try to keep it. That's how he started. He started 8 years ago. And what it was is one of his friends was a principal, and she was upset that she couldn't find quality teachers. And so he decided to, you find the need and you fill the need. And that's what we're taught as well. You
That's
see
right.
a problem, you fix it. You don't wait for anybody else to fix it. You fix it yourself. And that's what the brother has done, being able to employ about 1,700 teachers
Excellent. Nationally
nationally.
or locally?
About nationally, but 1,200 of those 1,700 are Metro Detroit.
Excellent.
Um,
I'm looking forward to meeting and greeting Brother Aurelio soon.
Absolutely, we'll set that up. Being able to employ majority minority teachers,
Right.
because that's important, and we want to make sure that the one of the program, one of the points of the Muslim program is, I believe it is, and correct me if I'm wrong, we do not believe he will be able to furnish enough jobs for his own means of unemployed, yet alone our unemployed.
Right.
And
That's
so,
right.
if the enemy can't employ himself, and we don't have nothing for our own people, what are we going to do? So, Brother Aurelio has
Right.
has been instrumental in employing hundreds and thousands of
Right.
minorities, and myself included, and allowing me the ability to be freed up to go out and do the work.
So, what is your position in the placement, the guest teacher placement? Corporation? Is it safe to call you all corporation?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And growing.
And growing.
And
all right.
growing. I am the sales manager for the corporation or for the company, and what I do is I go to the schools and I say, hey, listen, you seem to have a problem with how you're getting your teachers. We can do it better. This is what we'll offer you. This is what the other companies are offering you. And none of these companies, none of these others, no other substitute teaching company is minority owned.
Okay.
None of the other major ones. And so when we go, oftentimes we're facing companies that have hundreds of thousands of employees, and we're able to
Right.
compete based on our character, based on us going to the places, showing our face, being trustworthy. And God has backed us to be very successful and to grow. We're growing very rapidly, and we're always looking for new teachers. And so you can apply online at guestteacherplacement.net. Also, our office is on West Grand Boulevard, 29550 West Grand Boulevard, right next to the Cadillac Building. So you can come up and apply, and we can get you a job. Or all you would need to have, is we say some college, but even if you don't have any college, we'll work with you, and we would love to get you a job teaching in the schools, and that leads to we had a sister recently.
Okay.
She got a job with our company. The school liked her so much that they hired her in directly to the school from working with us, and we paid her a $500 bonus. So just by coming in, didn't have a job, didn't know what to do,
Right.
we got her hired into a school and gave her a bonus. And so we're in the business of employing our people. That's what we're in the business of doing, and making sure that we have enough jobs for our own means of unemployed.
That's excellent. Again, brothers and sisters, we're here with Brother Quincy, and he's a representative of the Guest Teacher Placement Corporation, and we're talking about teachers who are looking for jobs.
Absolutely.
And public schools. As we know, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad has taught us that the destruction of the educational system is the fall of America. So if we have a brother that's involved with a corporation that is giving teachers, then we're going to have to be educating ourselves. What do you think about that, Brother Minister Daniel Muhammad?
Well, I agree with you 100%, Brother Minister. The fall of the educational system is the doom of America. That's why it's very important that our people get the knowledge that's necessary in order to be successful in educating our people. Because
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Be sure to speak into that mic so everybody
because
can hear.
without the knowledge that's necessary, the educational system is doomed to fail. The reason why there's a shortage of teachers is because of the fall of the educational system in America. That's the reason. And it, what the brother is doing is very helpful because he's pumping blood into a system that's bleeding.
Yes, sir.
You see what I mean? And without that life blood, somebody constantly furnishing them teachers, well, the fall would be immediate.
Yes, sir.
We need to try to keep the educational system going long enough for us to have an educational system of our own.
Yes, sir.
That's the reason why it's important in what the brother is doing, because he's keeping a dying system alive so that our people can be able to branch off with an education.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
See, because we're dependent upon their educational system until we get one of our own.
One of our own.
And that's the most important thing that the brother minister said. I want to piggyback off that. Not piggyback.
Beef back.
Beef back. Horseback. We don't
Yes,
want to piggyback. But I want to add on and bear witness to what the brother said. When somebody is ill and you pump blood into them, the blood is not the solution. Although the blood does keep them alive, the solution has to be found. Because if you're bleeding out and I'm pumping blood, you're still bleeding out. And at some point, I'm going to run out of blood to pump. But the goal is to keep us alive long enough until the doctor can find a solution. But the doctor has found a solution. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad is the doctor, and the solution is a school system of our own.
That's correct.
And so when we get that, and we have that,
Right.
but when we get that to a point where we can
Be independent.
be independent, and we are independent, but when we get that to a point where we can have a big enough school system to teach everybody.
Right.
'Cause we all can't fit it on Wyoming. We all can't fit in Chicago. We need a big enough school system where we can, hey, we have a school here and here and here and here for thousands of youth. And that's what we're trying to go to. So but Mr. Daniel, I want to bear witness to that point. You know, we definitely want to have a school system of our own. If they won't teach you right, to treat you right, they won't teach you right.
That's right.
correct.
Yes, sir.
That's an actual fact. To bear witness also on point number 9 of what the Muslims want, as I quote the messenger, he says, we want equal education, but separate schools up to 16 for boys and 18 for girls, on the condition that the girls be sent to women's colleges and universities. We want all black children educated, taught, and trained by their own teachers. Under such schooling system, we believe we will make a better nation of people. The United States government should provide free all necessary textbooks and equipment, schools and college buildings. The Muslim teachers shall be left free to teach and train their people in the way of righteousness, decency, and self-respect. So this is what we're talking about, brothers and sisters. This is the conversation with our brother Quincy and our great brother, Brother Aurelio, are involved in. It was guest teacher placement until the point is reached where they can become independent. They're already set. It's already in motion. And it's I think the timing, Brother Quincy, is excellent for this type of corporation amongst our people, because daily, especially you black mothers, Latino mothers, right, that are out in the and listening to the Journal of Truth, you know the problems that your children are having in the public school system. See, so under the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, there were Muhammad universities of Islam in every major city where we had mosques. It was always a school set up where the children could get a thorough knowledge of themselves, and then when they reach a point, then they could go to other colleges and universities because their foundations would be strong and they couldn't be swayed or impacted upon the corrupt educational system in the public schools
Absolutely.
all across America.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's important that we continue that work. And Minister Farrakhan has done a great job in continuing that work, but he needs help.
That's true.
That's right.
And he needs help in continuing that because, I mean, it's not going to get any better. I think that a lot of our single mothers and our people, we have such a good heart because we're such kind-hearted people. We're so righteous by nature that we really believe that things will get better on their own, or that
Right.
the enemy has our best interest at heart, and he really doesn't.
No.
The school to prison pipeline. I mean, you're coming out of public school in DPS, and you're almost guaranteed 80% more than somebody that's coming out of Birmingham schools to end up incarcerated.
Say that again, Brother Quincy.
So you're coming out of DPS with an 80% more chance to end up incarcerated with somebody that's coming out of a suburban school system. And that's really, nothing's by accident. We're taught that all things are either, Allah's will, or either allowed to happen, or Allah forces it to happen. So it's not an accident. It's not just, oh, that's just a coincidence.
Right.
Something's happening where a group of people don't have your best interest at heart, and it's a concentrated effort to destroy black youth, to destroy Hispanic youth, to destroy original youth. And we can set up all the temples we want. As actually I heard the messenger say, not heard him say, but I remember the messenger said that if you have to shut down the mosque before you shut down the school. I don't know where I heard that, but I heard him say that because the school is so important. Because if I'm teaching the babies and I'm teaching them a thorough knowledge of self, then no matter what the enemy does to them, like my little girl, she grew up with I whispered in her ear when she was born, there's no God but Allah, Muhammad is his messenger. That's instilled in her. So now no matter what she does, no matter what happens, she'll know that. And so we have to get to them young, and that's why we specialize in early childhood development. I'm talking babies from 2 to 6.
Excellent.
Because we want to instill that in them, not necessarily that you have to be a Muslim in the Nation of Islam or a Christian, not a doctrine, but that you are somebody and you can be somebody and that your life has value. And when we do that, we're raising our future Barack Obamas. We're raising our future Minister Louis Farrakhan. We're raising our future in these schools. And so it's very important what we do. And I'm very thankful for you to have us on here because we want to get the message out that, hey,
It's so important.
it's important.
It's so important. It's not to be taken lightly.
Not at all.
And that's why when we first talked, then my mind was going toward what the messenger had taught us. The messenger's blood brother, the Supreme Minister John Muhammad, he taught us that from the messenger that teachers are the foundation of the government.
Wow.
And I thought, I mean, that's heavy. The teachers, so why do they have to strike to get more cash? And they're spending more time in some cases with the children more than their parents.
Absolutely.
You know, when they take them to school at 8 o'clock in the morning and they're there till 3 o'clock.
Or 6 o'clock after latchkey.
Yeah, that's right, latchkey. And
6
then
o'clock.
when the parents get off work, they come back and pick up their babies. So don't take teachers lightly. They are the foundation of the government. What do you say, Brother Minister Daniel?
Well, I agree 100%. The thing is, unity is the key.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
You see, if we have enough people that's educated enough about our problems, then we can change
Yes,
the
sir.
system. In these schools, the building is not the problem. The problem is in the minds
Absolutely.
of the people
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
that's running the educational system. We need more people like Brother Quincy here.
Thank you, sir.
You understand, that have knowledge that can put it in the educational system, and we'll have a new educational system.
Yes, sir.
See, we don't have to march out of the building
Absolutely.
to have a new educational system. No, we need to reform
Absolutely.
Right.
the
Absolutely.
system.
And yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good point, Brother Minister.
And then, yes, sir. And then you have, you know, the bear witness to what Brother Minister Daniel is saying. This is why Brother Caldwell is such a blessing to bear witness to our company. Teachers are afraid to stand with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Mhm.
I came on representing my company in an FOI uniform.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And Brother Caldwell knew I had an FOI uniform on. He's not afraid that if people see this, we won't get business. He's not afraid. We have to not be afraid to represent.
right.
I'm a Muslim in the Nation of Islam who's a partner at a company called Guest Teacher, and we do what we do,
That's right.
and we do a good job at it. And so we have to. Teachers can't be afraid to say, you know what, I'm not going to tolerate these conditions. I'm going to go build something of my own. We're going to have our own schooling systems. What I would say to bear witness to what Mr. Daniel say, we might not even necessarily need reform. We need to start all over. You know what I mean? Because reform, I mean, we've been trying to reform this thing for how long, Brother Minister?
We've been doing this for over 80 years.
Since we
now.
cannot live in peace with them after giving them 400 years of our sweat and blood.
That's right.
We believe that our demand justifies
That's right.
for a separate state or territory of our own,
That's
and
right.
at least a separate schooling system
That's right.
until we can get that separate state or territory
That's right.
of our own.
It's time, brothers and sisters, to all of our educators that are tuned in this evening to the Journal of Truth. We want you to get in contact with Brother Quincy. Give that phone number and your email again, Brother Quincy.
Absolutely. My email is quincy00313@gmail.com. And my phone number is 313-318-3922. And you can contact me anytime, either to come in for an interview for a position at Guest Teacher, or just to talk about how you can help Guest Teacher, because there are a lot of things that we'll talk about that we're also doing. Guest Teacher is also helping us open up several other restaurants and businesses that we're striving to open up. I don't know if we have time to talk about it after the...
No, we have to get you back on here, brother.
Absolutely. But we're
Right.
doing so much more in the community, and with the help of, it's a start.
Right.
It's a start.
It's a foundation. You're laying a foundation, a strong foundation, which is education.
Absolutely.
So we know you because you are a follower of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad under the guidance of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan.
Yes, sir.
So wherever you are, then the teachings are going to be there.
Absolutely.
And what you have learned, and this is a blessing for our great brother, Brother Aurelio, that he have at FOI in the key position that you are in his company. I
Absolutely.
mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Now, for those of you who say, well, you Muslim, look, Muslim is an Arabic word which means one who by nature is born, is created to submit to the will of God. So to our Christian family, you all are submitting to the will of God. That's what Jesus told you. I can do nothing of my own, but only by with the Father. So you are submitting to the will of God. So don't get caught up in names. This is what student minister Troy Muhammad was teaching earlier. And our great brother, the mayor of Benton Harbor, was our keynote speaker today.
Brother Marcus
Yes,
Muhammad.
Brother Marcus Muhammad is a Muslim minister under the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, and he is mayor over a metropolitan area in Benton Harbor.
Absolutely.
See, so all praises are due to Allah that this is happening, and by whether you all believe it or not, we've taken over.
Absolutely.
We have a mighty God, Master Farad Muhammad is our Lord and Savior, and the white man's rulership is over with. It's over with, you know. So we got about 4 minutes here on the Journal of Truth before we'll be over with, until our next gathering together. Brother Minister Daniel, you have any closing statements, and then we'll have Brother Quincy close out, and we'll call it a day for now.
Absolutely.
Well, all I have to say is that it's a wonderful thing that we are taking an interest in the educational system, because our people are wrapped up in it and they need guidance out of it,
Yes, sir.
the conditions that they are suffering. in the educational system because many black mothers are grieving because of
Yes,
the
sir.
problems that their children are facing. And so it's good to have the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's influence in the public schools
Yes, sir.
because in that way we can change some of the corrupt conditions that's going on until we can get an educational system
Of our own.
of our own.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Brother Minister. Brother Quincy, you have any closing statements?
Yes, sir. I want to bear witness to what you said about Master Fard Muhammad, brother. The Bible says, and I'm looking at it right now, it says every knee will bow and every tongue will confess that he is Lord. And we want unity. We want unity, but what we really want is, reading here says, the freedom to accept or reject. And a lot of our people are so afraid to accept, not because they don't believe, but because they feel like if they accept, they won't have a job tomorrow, they'll get fired, and they won't. But I'm
Right.
telling you, if you stand on truth, if you stand on the truth that you've been taught, whether it be from Christianity, Judaism, or Islam, God will bless you as he has blessed me and as he has blessed Brother Caldwell. Because we're not hiding. I'm a follower of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
That's right.
And with the help of Allah, our company will continue to grow and continue to help millions, hopefully, of minorities all across the country and help to fulfill the most honorable Elijah Muhammad's vision. And thank you once again, brother ministers, for having me on the show. Two great ministers of the messenger,
All
and I'm
praises
thankful.
to Allah. All praises due to Allah. For those of you tuning in, I'd like to give you an invitation to come to the historic Muhammad Mosque number 1 Michigan. We're located at 14880 Wyoming every Sunday at 11 o'clock. Our student minister is Troy Muhammad, who is the state representative of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I hope and pray that Allah blesses each and every one of us to see, to hear, and to understand the life-giving teachings of Messenger Elijah Muhammad, being continued today by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, whose state representative is Brother Student Minister Troy Muhammad. Thank you for listening as we greet you in peace. Assalamu alaikum.
Pretty little black boy. Hey, can I talk to you for a minute?
Not now, we're playing.
Just a minute.
Okay.
Pretty little black boy, your life is filled with sorrow and unpredictable tomorrows. Pretty little black boy, I know it's hard for you to smile, 'cause I've stood and watched a while. Keep your head